This is the beautiful capital of Norway, Oslo. What you see is the Akershus Fortress, an important historical landmark which is controlled by the Norwegian Ministry of Defense and Government. If you decide to visit Oslo this summer and you are interested in espionage artifacts, then don't miss Norway's Resistance Museum, located in Akershus Fortress. Welcome to Spy Spots. Since 1966, the Norwegian Ministry of Defense has been utilizing this building inside the Akershus Fortress to host an impressive World War II museum, specifically focusing on the resistance group that operated overtly and to a large degree covertly until 1945 to find the German occupation. Even outside the museum's building, you will find some unique objects, like this statue of a woman returning from war with crutches, carrying all her belongings, or across of it, this monument saying in Norwegian that they fought, they fell, they gave us everything. But how does all of that fit into our Spy Spot series? In the museum you will get an amazing amount of details on the first covert operatives of Norway that were fighting the Germans, including their tools of the trade, like their secret caches of farms, the secretly printed newspapers and leaflets, several of the spy gadgets used by the resistance groups, such as concealment devices, cameras, and radio receivers. Custom spy radio sets, and more. Of course, the British SIS, also known as MI6, played a key role in helping the Norwegian resistance groups. Here is an SIS-provided spy radio set used by Norwegian covert operatives from 1942 to 1944 to communicate and coordinate subversive actions targeting the German occupying forces. And here is an interesting concealment device in a log to hide the underground newspapers printed by resistance groups, along with an incredible amount of detail about the process, equipment, and history of those activities. The covert operatives had to forge all sorts of documents to execute their missions, similarly to what most spy agencies do all the way to this day. There is a small display covering this aspect too. Some spy gadgets are almost like out of a movie. Here we read that Norwegian officers in the Skilberg prison camp listened to BBC's European service via dentures of the senior prisoner of war. The sabotage equipment used was also primarily originating from the British Special Operations Executive, the SOE, like those sabotage explosive devices. This limpet mine, or this shortwave portable spy radio known as Sweetheart, used to receive the secretly coded orders and updates. And this is a briefcase spy radio set that was also developed by the UK and used by the resistance groups in Norway. Or this Russian radio set. Or other spy radio equipment like what you see here. There is even a display of how those were set up by covert operatives to communicate in a clandestine manner, undetected by the German counterintelligence units. The resistance groups also had to create secret shops to manufacture firearms and accessories for firearms in a covert manner, and here are some of the tools that they used. And how did they clandestinely communicate all the secrets stolen from the German occupation forces? With clever concealment devices, like what you see here. There is even a microdot message shown in this display, as well as some of the telephone tapping equipment the covert operatives were using to spy on German forces, methods for clandestinely intercepting letters, and lots of rare and unique documents from everything that we mentioned, as well as various other artifacts. For instance, the canister you see on the floor here was used by British spies to covertly drop supplies to the Norwegian resistance groups. Overall, this is an even better museum than many so-called spy museums when it comes to tools of the trade from the espionage and covert action world. On top of that, it's located in a very important historical site, which is also magnificent by itself. Note that the museum has many more artifacts and important historical information we didn't cover. Here we did a quick run through some of its artifacts that are related to our content, but this is not a comprehensive look at the museum, just a quick glance on some World War II spy artifacts that were actually used by real-world covert operatives and remind us how nothing is as it seems.